Okay, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Hawaii Association for College Admission Counseling's virtual college fair. We are excited that you're here. We have a great group of colleges and presenters lined up for you this afternoon. And so hopefully have some exciting information to share that will help with your college search process. So a few housekeeping announcements from me before we get started. First, your cameras and microphones are turned off, so don't worry, we can't see you or hear you. Hopefully you can see and hear us okay though. If for some reason that changes, just send us a message using the Q&A button on your Zoom toolbar and we'll be happy to help troubleshoot that with you. Speaking of the Q&A button, that is your best way to engage with our presenters this evening. So as you have questions throughout the session, feel free to drop those in the Q&A box. You're welcome to start those anytime. It can be before a college presents, while they're presenting, or after. We will be monitoring those throughout the entire session and responding as those come in. Don't forget, this is just one of many sessions being offered this spring, so be sure to check the StriveScan website where you signed up for any additional sessions you might be interested in, as well as all the session recordings will be posted there within about a week or so as well. So before I turn it over to our first presenter, I want to show you what our schedule looks like for this afternoon. We are session C5 in that top right-hand corner. So we will be hearing from Hawaii Community College, University of California, Irvine, University of Alaska, Fairbanks, University of California, Davis, Minot State University, and then University of California, Santa Cruz. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Hawaii Community College to kick things off.
Hi there. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my sharing going. Hopefully the right thing is showing up on screen. All right. Aloha kako. Thank you so much for joining us on a Saturday, on a long weekend here in Hawaii. We are so glad that you've chose to spend some time with us today. We are here to present some information about Hawaii Community College. My name is Larissa Leslie, and I'm an academic counselor here at the college, and I'll let my colleague introduce herself.
Aloha, my name is Glendy Kwai, and I am the Outreach and Recruitment Coordinator at Hawaii Community College.
All right. So we are, let me get my slide to work here. We are located on Hawaii Island, where we have 3 different campuses. Our main campus is on the Hilo side of the island. We also have a campus on the Kona side, and we have a site out in Honoka'a. Now, those of you that do not live on Hawaii Island might not have considered our college as an option, but I did want to let you folks know that we do actually have a really great partnership. I'm looking this way because UH Hilo is right up the street from us, and we have a partnership with them where we are able to use their dorms. So our students can live in the dorms at the University of Hawaii at Hilo while pursuing a degree here at Hawaii Community College. Now, to share more with you about our degrees, Glendy is going to elaborate.
So at Hawaii Community College, we are a 2-year institution, and we offer different types of degree or programs. Our first degree that I would like to share with you is our Associates in Arts, or our Liberal Arts degree. That is for students who are looking at transferring on after completing their 2-year degree to a 4-year institution. So our Liberal Arts degree program is equivalent to your first 2 years of general education requirements at a 4-year institution. Another degree that we offer is our Associates in Applied Science, and that is our more hands-on degree programs. For example, culinary, auto mechanics, diesel, electrical installation, early childhood. And those type of degrees will help prepare you with the knowledge and the skills to go directly into the workforce immediately after your 2 years with us. This type of degree does not transfer to a 4-year institution. Another program or degree that we offer is our Associates in Science, which is very similar to our Liberal Arts degree. It is also for students who are looking at transferring on to a 4-year institution and going beyond a associate's degree in the path of math or science. We also offer 1-year certificates, and the students that will typically come for our certificate programs are usually those students who are already in the workforce and maybe with some type of college credential, like a 1-year certificate, they could get some type of promotion from their current employer.
So we're going to share a really quick video to introduce you to a little bit more. Okay, so that helps to give you a little bit more of a visual there. And as you have learned throughout this virtual college fair, you can choose to attend colleges and universities across the globe. Hawaii CC provides an affordable option for Hawaii residents to start your college journey. As you can see here, we've just illustrated a few different comparisons. But as Glendy mentioned, after completing a liberal arts degree, if you started here, that liberal arts degree is a bit more affordable, and then you can transfer on to that next degree that you want to pursue. Thank you so much for letting us share today. We're gonna pass it on to the next school.
Awesome, thank you, Larissa. Okay, next up, we are going to the University of California, Irvine.
Well, hello, everyone, and good afternoon. And thank you so much for joining us here. My name is Brian Ju, and I'm with the University of California, Irvine. I'm one of our senior directors of admissions. And I have 6 minutes here to talk to you about the top 6 things that you should know about UC Irvine. So right here, you can kind of get a really quick overview of some general stats here. We're a top 10 public university. We're 5 miles from the beach. We have over 150 majors and minors, and we have about 30,000 undergraduate students here. So number one of what you should look at about Irvine is location. We are located right in the heart of Southern California. You'll recognize a couple main attractions. There's a little place called Disneyland that's opening up in about 3 weeks, so we're so excited for that. California residents only, I'm so sorry, but hopefully they'll open up for everyone else soon. We're close to the beach. We have a great place in Irvine. We're about 45 minutes south of LA and about an hour north of San Diego. So we're close to all major attractions, the mountains for snowboarding, the beach. Irvine and Orange County itself has such a diverse population with shopping centers, places to eat, as well as things to do. The other thing about Orange County to know is 281 sunny days a year. I know you all are in a beautiful place, and just looking at that video earlier with Hawaii Community College, I so wish I could be there as well. But today it's 80 degrees here in Orange County. But the other thing to know is that Irvine specifically has been ranked for 14 consecutive years as one of the top safest cities in America based on the FBI crime statistics. So not only are you in a great location weather-wise, but you're also in a really safe location. And of course, 5 minutes from the beach. I know all of you from Hawaii are always needing to just know that the ocean is there. So if you just need to have that coastal weather and be able to see the ocean, we're right there along there. The number two thing is to know about Irvine is our interdisciplinary approach. Interdisciplinary is just a big word to show that we actually encourage students to actually combine different programs and majors together. As you can see, our campus is in a big circle. So right here, you can see the major part surrounds this big circle. This is about a mile around the campus. And all of our academic units and programs surround that circle. On the outside of it is where our housing is. And then we have a large 21-acre park right in the middle of the campus. But what this circle really enables us to do is actually encourage you to explore different disciplines. So if you wanted to go into bio and teaching and become a STEM teacher, you can actually do that and actually get your credential in 5 years. If you wanted to get into engineering and the arts and combine that together, you can do that. As you can see here, the circle really encourages that collaboration between different departments. I was a criminology major when I was at UCI, and that combined psychology, sociology, law, as well as crime together. So you can actually get a lot of different programs and customize that yourself. Our school is broken up into about 14 different departments. As you can see here, some of them are called schools, others are called departments or programs. We have arts, computer science, engineering, business, bio, physical sciences, social science, social ecology, which was my major. We also have our College of Health Sciences, which combines nursing, pharmaceutical sciences, and the all-important public health, which we're all kind of realizing is such an important industry. The number three thing about UCI is that you can actually work right in Orange County after you graduate. You can actually see a lot of these logos and companies that are very familiar to you. They're located in Orange County, so you don't have to go very far to either get a job after graduation or even do internships while you're actually at UCI. Walt Disney Company for entertainment, Boeing for engineering, Blizzard for our computer game and designs major. We have Edwards Life Sciences for health sciences, Broadcom for computer science, Google, Goldman Sachs for business. So very much the gamut of our disciplines. You can actually correlate that to actual work experience and internships right here in Orange County. The number four reason is really the return on investment. You can actually see here, 94% of our students return after the first year. We have a really high retention rate. And then our graduation rates at 69% for 4 years and 85% for 6 years just kind of shows you we're well above the national average in terms of being able to get you through campus and graduate and become an alumni. And that's really the important thing, is that this is 4 to 5 years of your life, but you're actually building on a foundation for lifelong success. You get to join a network of over 200,000 UCI alumni and actually 1.8 million of UC alumni, which is all of our sister campuses combined. And so we represent a huge, huge, huge alumni network, which you get to be a part of. Number five is really our anteater spirit and active student life. We are part of NCAA Division I, the Big West Conference. We do compete against U of H in a lot of our sports here. So I'm sorry about that if you've seen us come over. We have 39 intramural and club sports. And then we also have one of the top esports programs in the nation. We're actually one of the first Tier 1 or Research 1 universities to actually have a fully funded esports program where we actually offer scholarships for our varsity team. So we actually have a team for League of Legends, we have a team for Overwatch, and we have a team for Super Smash Brothers, which is on the Nintendo Switch. We also have a whole arena that's right on campus for esports as well. So if you're just a casual fan or a gamer and you just want to watch people play, you can go there as well. We're also streaming all of our competitions on Twitch, so you can actually get involved with that. We also have 600 plus organizations and clubs on campus. And allows you to really kind of get involved and become part of the campus here. So this is just kind of an event that we had, which is one of our Guinness Book of World Record events, the world's largest dodgeball game. And then finally, the last thing I want to talk about is really our diversity and inclusion. Being in Southern California, we have resources for you. We rank 6th in the nation for awarding bachelor's degree to minority students. Not to mention that in Southern California, coming from Hawaii, we have a really, really strong Asian population as well. So you can get boba on campus for $2. There's a lot of great food. There's a lot of great places. So it is just a melting pot of cultures, which definitely we have services for all of you that kind of fit into any of these categories right here. So with that, if you have any other questions, feel free to chat with me or ask questions right in the window right there. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. Okay, next up, we are going to University of Alaska Fairbanks.
Hi, everyone. All right, just going to share my screen here. My name is Andrew. I am a regional admissions counselor at University of Alaska Fairbanks. I am based here in Southern California to be a little bit closer to students like you in Hawaii. And thank you so much for coming today. I'm a UAF alum. Don't know if I mentioned that. So I have a lot of experience moving up to Fairbanks from out of state and would love to answer any questions you have. So UAF is a medium-sized public research university based in Alaska's interior. UAF would not be what it is today without the compassion, knowledge, and support of our indigenous communities. At UAF specifically, we acknowledge the Alaska Native Nations upon whose traditional lands our 6 campuses reside. So up north in Fairbanks, our Chothieta campus is located on the traditional lands of the Dana people of the lower Tanana River. By being up here in the middle of the state, you're going to be experiencing a particularly unique living environment complete with snowy winters, temperature lows of -40 and -50 during the winter, temperature highs of 80, sometimes even 90 during the summer with the midnight sun. And you're also going to have a chance to see and interact with wildlife on campus and in Fairbanks. Namely, you'll see moose on campus. I've seen moose myself. You'll also be able to glimpse the aurora borealis just by stepping outside of your residence hall right on campus. Highly encourage you taking a virtual tour with us if you don't have a chance to make it up to campus. I always like to let students know that you're going to get all the best parts of college, just with a little bit of a twist because you will be in the farthest north US city. As you can see here, this is what the sun looks like on the winter solstice in December every year. Our student tradition is to snap a photo in front of the temperature sign when the temperature breaks -40. But you're going to live in a residence hall. You're going to have everything that you look forward to, cafes, libraries, student rec centers, except your backyard's just going to look a little bit different. Some black spruce trees, white spruce trees, pine trees, and you can even see the Alaskan pipeline right there. Just some highlights. We are a public research university. We're a Lancian Space Grant University. We are also a world leader in climate change and Arctic research. We are small to medium sized, so about 5,400 students on campus. And then the Fairbanks North Star Bureau area has about 100,000 people. You're going to get to know your professors. You're going to get to know your classmates. We are a very tightly knit community of down-to-earth, kind and adventurous people. We also offer online bachelor's degrees at the in-state tuition rate. And WUWI for all, as well as in-state tuition for military and veterans and their families. Our student life is very active. We are not a party school, but we are a social school. So there's always a lot to do, including 25 miles of hiking trails right on campus in your backyard, as well as Denali National Park, just a 2-hour drive south of campus. We also have a museum on campus, college newspaper, radio station, literary magazine, tons of student clubs and organizations, and you can also start your own club in Student Org, an active music scene both on campus and off campus. And as you can see here, just some quirky adventures. We have an indoor rock climbing wall and an outdoor rock climbing wall. And in the winter, naturally, we spray down the outdoor rock climbing wall so it becomes an ice wall because why not? I always like to highlight for students the different degree pathways that you have at UAF. We offer everything from an endorsement or a certificate up through a 4-year bachelor's program, as well as master's and PhD programs. Not only that, by coming up to school in Alaska, you're going to immediately impress people when you eventually graduate and leave Fairbanks. You're going to be immediately a little bit more interesting and compelling because of this unique experience that you sought out up in Fairbanks, Alaska. We are known for our STEM programs as well as our research facilities, namely the Geophysical Institute, our large animal research station, which is home to musk oxen and reindeer, as well as Poker Flat Research Range. We are the only university in the world to have our own private rocket launch site. And if you are a mechanical engineering major or say an aerospace engineering minor, you'll actually get to work on that rocket launch site. We also have wildlife bio, as well as fisheries and marine sciences, just a few of our other popular STEM programs. But we have internships and research opportunities built into all of these. And like I said, because we're a relatively small to medium-sized campus, these positions aren't competitive. They're going to be available to you and built into your programs. So here's what tuition is going to look like with that Western Undergraduate Exchange Scholarship, the WUWI Scholarship. It's going to be right around $13,000 each year in tuition and fees. And then if you are the dependent of an active duty military member or a veteran, that tuition and fees are going to be a little closer to $10,000. Or if you're completing your degree entirely online, again, that resident tuition rate a little closer to $10,000. Upon being admitted, students are considered for two different scholarships, the Nano Pledge and the Nano Commitment scholarships, based on your merit, your tuition rate, your FAFSA, your overall college costs. And then we also have private scholarships that you can apply for every year. Roughly 80% of our first-year students receive scholarships of some kind when coming to UAF. So applications are open right now for fall 2021. There's still time to apply. I recommend applying by June 15th so you can be considered for the Nano Pledge and the Nano Commitment scholarships. We're waiving the ACT and SAT scores through summer 2025, so please do not take them on our account. You'll have the option for a single room or a roommate this upcoming academic year. And like I said, we offer online classes and online degree programs. We will be offering a mix of in-person and online classes. At the very least, 30% of our classes will be offered in person, but with the way things are going, we're pretty optimistic that we will be offering even more classes than that. And like I said, my name is Andrew. I'm a proud UAF alum, an out-of-state student, a former instructor. And if it hasn't become clear, I'm very fond of Fairbanks, so please reach out to me. I'd love to talk with you.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. Okay, next up, we are going to the University of California, Davis.
One of the tricky things about doing presentations with colleagues from other universities is you kind of want to start over again sometimes. I really think it would be fun to go to Alaska. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mitsuko Leonard, and I'm the Director of Recruitment for the University of California, Davis. And while I love to present with my colleagues from fellow UC campuses, I always think to myself, how do I really stand out? How do I make sure that UC Davis has, you know, the opportunity to shine within the sisterhood of the University of California? So I'm going to give it a shot. I think one thing that is really important to know is that we are part of that sisterhood, and with that sisterhood comes the philosophy of teaching, research, and service. What makes us very different is, of course, the fact that we are in a small college town in the northern part of the state of California. We're just 20 minutes outside of the state capital of Sacramento. You can fly direct from Honolulu and be in town same day. It's super easy, straightforward. Because we're a small college town with agricultural roots, everything's nice and flat, which means we have lots and lots of bikes. Bikes are how we get around. We adore them. We've made them a symbol of the town of Davis. The campus itself is quite large, but super easy to get around. The core of the campus is where we have our academic classes. Students really enjoy the quad, enjoy, you know, the 260, 280 some days of sunshine. What's very, very nice about the campus is because it's not a commuter campus, there's no cars, you can get everywhere on your bicycle or on your feet. Of course, we do have buses and things like that for getting off campus and going around town, but even that isn't as necessary. I would say if you feel comfortable on a bicycle, you're going to feel fantastic being a student at UC Davis. Part of the plus side of being that, you know, large public research university, even if we're in a small town, is that you're going to have just so much access to different experiences, both on campus and off campus. On campus, of course, like I said, we do have an agricultural background. So whether you are a STEM major or a liberal arts major, you'll have access to some of the really fun classes like beekeeping or tractor driving. But you also have some really cool classes like the chemistry of coffee, which is one of the most popular classes at UC Davis, and has us, you know, hooking up with industry like Pete's Coffee to be able to, you know, share chemistry of coffee, little things like that, which make it unique and very different from our sister campuses. Because of that relationship that we have as a small college town, we have to very carefully negotiate our relationship with that community. And I think we've done a fantastic job over the 100 years that we've been existing here in Davis. We have about 65, maybe 70,000 people in all of Davis, and half of that is the university. And because of that, we have a fantastic relationship with all the little boutique restaurants and stores downtown. We still have, you know, really sweet old-timey theaters as well as the more modern theaters. Really, the community here appreciates the students being here. We embrace each other as partners in this town of Davis. And nothing could be a better example of that than in this time of pandemic. We have an initiative understanding that keeping our campus safe meant that we had to extend that security net past the campus borders and into the town of Davis. And so with an initiative with the town of Davis, we've made sure that all residents of both the university and the town had access to testing, free testing twice a week, all of it run by students. So whether I'm getting tested on campus because of UC Davis being my employer, or my children going down to the public library to get tested by UC Davis volunteer students, we were all being taken very good care of. And that is exactly why we were highlighted in the New York Times a couple weeks ago about, you know, being a good example of how to keep a town safe during a pandemic. Again, that ties back to the idea of health. And we don't mean just the health of our students, but also the health of our land, of our air, and our water. We believe that by taking care of all of those things, we're able to take care of ourselves and our students. And of course, healthy students make happy students. And we recognize that the holistic care of students' mental health, physical health, social well-being is extremely important, especially in times of social isolation in a pandemic. With that, it has been a little tricky, this idea of, you know, being an NCAA Division I school and not having real access to a lot of the games that we would typically have access to. But we are looking forward to the future where we will be able to play in person and watch in person. For now, sports that are able to practice socially distant and responsible are doing so. Good examples of that is, you know, our equestrian team, which is a relatively new team. They have done a fantastic job of being very careful about how to train and continue with their sports. And finally, I just want to say now is a fantastic time to really get to know yourself, ask yourself a lot of questions about what's important to you so that you can find a fantastic fit university. There's so many out there. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much. Okay, next up, we are going to Minot State University.
All righty. Hello, everyone. My name is Sal Rodriguez. I'm an admission counselor here at Minot State University. Where's Minot, you might ask? Pretty simple. We're in Minot, North Dakota. I know not as far as Alaska in terms of north, but pretty close, I'd say. The red dot, of course, will mark the spot. Why not Minot? That's the question. We're going to try to answer that or help answer that within the next 6 minutes. Right away, we'll talk a little bit about the student background. 68% of the students are from North Dakota, with 22% of students coming from other states, of course. 6% Canadian students, with 4% being international students beyond the US and Canada. Only 42% of grads have borrowed student loans here at Minot State. So myself, I graduated from Minot State not so long ago. I was one of the fortunate students to not graduate with any kind of loans owed, which was awesome. Further, we look at our students per college. We break them down into several categories. The main or most, I guess, popular categories would be our health and education and health sciences, arts and sciences, and then our business. In-state tuition for all students, which is super awesome. Really in-state tuition for everybody, no matter where you're from. Everyone pays the same awesome rate. And we have been recognized as the third most affordable public four-year university in the United States. We have over 100 areas of study and 14 NCAA Division II teams, which we will touch on in a second. Continuing further into academics, the top majors specifically are going to be nursing, biology, elementary education, management, and communication disorders. And then 90% of grads are employed or continuing their education. And then again, 100 areas of study. Let's see here. Whoops. And then here's going to be a list of our majors. Undergraduate programs, undergraduate certificates, pre-professional tracks, graduate programs, and then of course, graduate certificates as well. Where are we at? And keys to success. We have our tutoring services, peer mentoring, the writing center, our power center, access services, and then we currently have a leadership center as well. All these resources are great for our students. They're free, unlimited, get as much help as you need because we want all the students to be super successful here, obviously. Classes, we're roughly 3,000 students. This is a picture of actually one of our elementary education courses. You definitely get to know your professor. I know right now, if I were to call any of them, they'd definitely be there for me. They help me receive all kinds of job opportunities, internships, and then also the majority of clubs and organizations do relate somehow to a major program, which is awesome. And then there's only 2 really large lecture halls on campus, one being roughly 100 students with the other being roughly 25 students. We talked about the sports. We have 14 NCAA Division II teams, plus a men's and women's ACHA Division I hockey programs. You can see a list of the programs on the men's side: football, basketball, baseball, track and field, cross country, golf, wrestling, and hockey. And then on the women's side, basketball, volleyball, softball, track and field, cross country, golf, soccer, and ACHA hockey as well. We love to support our home team Beavers. We do have over 100 activities each year hosted through our MSU Life, with 10 plus intramural sports and 500 students participating in those intramural sports. Then we have 60 plus clubs and organizations. You can see just a sample of some of the prizes that we give away there. M-Life does give away over $25,000 in prizes: Apple Watches, AirPods, TVs, gaming systems, the whole 9. Moving forward, the admission checklist. Fill an application, a $35 application fee. Our in-progress high school transcripts. I would recommend an ACT or SAT, but you do not have to submit one. And then your final official college transcripts if you've taken dual credit courses. The admission requirements otherwise would look like a 2.75 GPA with your high school core requirements and then a statement of intent. We do have automatic 4-year awards for students who have their GPA and ACT. You can kind of see how that looks here, with the max award going to be $12,000 over 4 years, with the average tuition and fees for next year looking around $7,986. That's for both spring and fall semester. So you break it in half and you see roughly what you're paying. And then if you do not submit an ACT score, that's fine. You could still see what you would be awarded down at the bottom. Of course, we have one super easy application for all the scholarship on campus, so I'd encourage students to fill that out as well. And then, of course, if you're interested in visiting us, we do have virtual visits, we do have in-person visits, campus events, the whole 9. So definitely reach out to me. I would be more than happy to answer all your questions. And if you do want to learn more about Minot State, askmsu.com is the place for you. Thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, and last but certainly not least, we are going to the University of California, Santa Cruz.
Hello, hello. Let me make sure I've got my screen. Okay, there we go. All right, so thank you very much. My name is Blia Yang, and I'm the Director of Undergraduate Admissions. UC Santa Cruz was founded in 1965 and began as an experiment that was modeled after Oxford University in England. The campus was designed as a cluster of small colleges where students could have daily contact with their professors while still being part of a large research university. Since then, the campus has become a well-respected public university perched on the edge of the Pacific Ocean, offering rigorous academic programs and cutting-edge research opportunities. Students may choose from 70 majors and 39 minors. We offer accelerated 3-year pathways in 13 of our most popular majors, which include arts, and business management, economics, literature, and psychology. Students can also pursue legal studies or education, democracy, and justice. We offer a top-notch game design program along with environmental studies and sciences, and this year added agroecology to the mix. From the majors we offer to the research that our faculty are engaged in, you will see a purposeful orientation towards interdisciplinary collaboration among individuals who are different from each other. And this ethos has led us to some of the best work to come out of UC Santa Cruz, such as the mapping of the human genome by a team of biologists and computer scientists. No one thought that it would be possible. And the impact of this discovery on the world today is simply astounding. In addition to working across disciplines in search of answers to complex questions, we care deeply about social justice and environmental sustainability. Learning is an active process, and we take great pride in providing our students with uncommon access to research, internships, and experiential learning opportunities that transform their way of seeing the world. We are steeped in innovation and resources to prepare students for rewarding careers. Our graduates have risen to the top echelons of their fields, with many launching successful companies based on their own student research projects. At UC Santa Cruz, we align our resources and the work that we do with our core values to make real impact in the world. The fact that we happen to be set in a redwood forest on a hill overlooking the Monterey Bay, one of the most diverse marine environments in the world, means that you will have a distinctive educational experience. As a banana slug, you'll enjoy being affiliated with one of 10 colleges. These are living learning communities supported by faculty and staff who provide academic support, organize activities, and sponsor events that enhance the intellectual and social life of our students. Each college is led by a provost who is a faculty member, and as academic heads of the college, provosts focus on course offerings, academic advising, student projects, as well as working with faculty and alumni. Each college has a unique theme and academic core course. The theme for Cal College, UCSC's founding college, is the pursuit of truth in the company of friends, which stems from the belief that learning involves a committed search for knowledge through reasoned discussion and debate in an atmosphere of mutual respect and friendship. Every community includes students with diverse backgrounds and academic goals. A student's choice in college affiliation is independent of their major. I encourage you to visit the housing website to discover which of the college themes most resonates with you. Oftentimes, when I speak with students and families about the college-going process, the focus is centered on the school, the majors, and cost. And while these are important considerations, at the heart of the conversation is you, who you are and who you want to become. The college-going process should be one of introspection. Are you passionate, and what are you passionate about? Are you independent? Are you curious, playful, bold? Are you an out-of-the-box thinker, a risk taker, and when appropriate, will you be able to act as a catalyst for change? These are the characteristics that describe our students and our faculty. Our community is diverse in ethnic and cultural backgrounds and worldviews. There will be no shortage of perspectives when it comes to tackling problems in the classroom, research labs, or in the field. UC Santa Cruz is a place that offers rigorous academic programs and cutting-edge research opportunities that teach students how to think and not what to think. So let's keep the conversation going. Take a virtual tour, meet with the UC Santa Cruz representative, join our webinars, and talk to students and faculty. For more information, visit admissions.ucsc.edu, and I want to thank you for joining us today.
Awesome, thank you so much. Okay, well, that is the end of our formal presentations. We have a few extra minutes in our session though, so I'm going to invite all of our presenters, if you want to join me back on screen, turn on your video. We're going to do a little bit of Q&A here at the end. Students, if you have questions for any of our presenters, now would be a great time to drop those in the Q&A box and we will be monitoring those. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Our first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? If you each want to take about 30 seconds to answer this, and we will go in the order that we started in.
All right. The suggestion I would make is to really ask away. Any questions that you have, be sure to tap into all the different resources. You've heard from so many people today who want to see you folks successful, who want to answer those questions that you have. So don't be afraid to ask.
Well, you've heard from my other sister campuses and my colleagues at Santa Cruz and Davis. We have one application, which is the UC application. It's kind of our own version of the common application. And this year, again, we're going test free, so we're not going to be requiring any standardized test scores. So the really important thing for to know about the UC system is we have a set of PIQs. You get to answer 4 out of the 8 questions. And context is really, really key to your application. So spend the time to actually tell us what's behind the numbers, what's behind your GPA, what's the context of your learning environment, what's the context of your living environment. We're looking for just who you are outside of that classroom experience.
Hey y'all, I would say, we admissions counselors can give you advice and help you through your application, but get in touch with our students. Find out how to talk to current students, follow our admissions offices and our universities on Instagram. I know personally we have an Instagram that students take over the stories and just share what's going on, what they're interested in, how they got scholarships, things like that. Just get in touch with our students. They'll give you a really, really good, accurate idea of, what it's like to come to our school.
Love it. Amen to that. Also, I would say, think about who you are as a person and the fit that makes sense for you. Don't worry about brand recognition. Don't worry about rankings and things like that. I wrote a blog about it. I'm going to put a link in the chat.
Hello, everyone. I would recommend just checking out as many options as you can. I'm a big proponent to just, if you can, visit all the places. If you have to do it virtually, definitely do that as well. And give yourself a lot of different options. I could say that I looked at a lot of different schools and I settled on Minot State, and it was not in one of my top categories. So there's opportunity for you all over the place, and ask a lot of questions.
Oh, my turn. I want to echo what Mitsuko said, and when I was talking about introspection, I really meant that. I know, as she said, we can get caught up in rankings and whatnot, but, the college going process is really about you, and it's about finding the school that is the best fit. Research tells us when students find the right school, when they are connected, when they find community, and they are supported both inside and outside of the classroom, your opportunity for success, right, in order to graduate, just skyrockets. So really listen to yourself, take those virtual tours, visit if you can in person. Many campuses, while not offering tours, guided tours, the campuses are still open, and really listen to that voice inside of you. That's the best advice I can give you, because that voice and what you're going to be doing for those 4 years and onward in your life, really important to listen.
Great advice. Love all of it. I want to sneak in one more question before we run out of time, and that is, what is your favorite event or tradition on your campus?
All right. Well, we host an annual Hawaii CC Day where our students get to share the learning that they've done, and we have prospective students visiting that day so they can kind of learn about what we offer here at the college.
Well, before the pandemic, one of the things we used to do every welcome week was actually break a Guinness Book of World Records. So you saw earlier a picture of our world record dodgeball game. We also did the world's largest squirt gun fight, the world's largest capture the flag game, the world's largest, I think, pillow fight, some sort of quad dodgeball thing. But that was all before the pandemic. So hopefully, as things kind of clear up a little bit, we'll allow larger gatherings where we can actually break world records. But right now, don't gather around with anyone.
Oh, that's awesome. So at UAF, we have a tradition called Starvation Gulch. It's kind of like our homecoming fall event, but student organizations and departments on campus will build large wooden infrastructures. And with the help of our university fire department, we very safely set all those infrastructures on fire and just stand and watch them and enjoy them from a safe distance and drink some hot cocoa, eat some grilled cheese, get to know one another, and just really start the year off right and pass that torch of knowledge along.
At Davis, back in the day, students used to sneak out of their residence halls when there used to be curfew and go meet the alumni that would train in for homecoming. And so even now, to this day, every year we have what's called the pajama Reno, where everyone dresses up in their best pajamas and marches downtown as a parade to meet the alumni that come home for homecoming. It's pretty fun.
I would say at Minot State, my favorite might be a series of events, and that's going to be during homecoming week. But we have this ginormous block party every year that's right outside the basketball arena and the football stadium. And there's free everything, which is the best part about college, is getting all the free things. And so you definitely get the opportunity to network with the alumni, which I think is always helpful. And then, of course, get to know other fellow students. So homecoming week here at Minot State is my favorite.
All right, and at UC Santa Cruz, we have something related to the first rains. And so when that happens, all of our students go out in search of banana slugs. That is our mascot. And the belief is that if you find a banana slug and you kiss it close to your finals, it's supposed to give you good luck. So I've never done that, but they are beautiful. And when the first rains come, you know, they are just out and about and lovely to see. So.
Great. Love all of those traditions and events. Well, that wraps up our presentation for you this afternoon. So thank you for joining us. Students, when you close your Zoom window, there will be a very quick 4-question survey. If you don't mind completing that, we'd really appreciate any feedback that you have. Don't forget, there are more sessions being offered throughout the spring. So check that StriveScan website for any additional sessions you might be interested in, as well as all the session recordings will be posted there within about a week or so as well. So thank you for being here. Have a great afternoon and evening, and we will see you next time.